Magandang araw sa lahat. Kami po ay mula sa pangkat 5. Ngayon ay aming tatalakayin ang tungkol sa Vygotsky's Socio-Cultural Theory. So ano ba ang layunin na dapat makuha ng isang bata pagkatapos mapag-aralan ang discussion ito? So at the end of this lesson, you should be able to first explain why Vygotsky's theory is called socio-cultural theory. Second, differentiate Piaget and Vygotsky's views on cognitive development. Lastly, explain how scaffolding is useful in teaching a skill.
What a child can do in cooperation today, tomorrow, she or he will be able to do alone by Lev Vygotsky. So, what Lev Vygotsky means is a child can learn best when there is more knowledgeable people or person guiding the child to do the activity. With a guidance to that person, the child will enjoy but learning fast at the same time. So, through guidance and collaboration, the child will eventually able to perform the activity on their own. So, who is Lev Vygotsky? So, Lev Vygotsky is born in Russia in 1896. His work began when he was studying learning and development to improve his own teaching. In his lifetime, he wrote on language, thought, psychology of art, learning and development, and educating students with special needs. So, Lev Vygotsky created this theory because he tried to understand how people learn, think, feel, and create as a part of their culture and social life.
The slide is talking about Lev Vygotsky's contribution to psychology and education. His theories explain that the child thinking develops through social interaction, especially through language, culture, and guidance from adult or more skilled peers. Because of this, his ideas are now widely used in classrooms to show how students learn better when they interact, communicate, and receive support, like scaffolding or guided learning. Next, social interaction. Social interaction is a key theme of Vygotsky's theory. Vygotsky believes that children learn best when they interact with others. It plays a very important role in cognitive development. Children develop thinking skills through conversations, guidance, and collaboration with more knowledgeable people like teachers, parents, and peers. Individual development cannot be understood without the social cultural context. This means children grow intellectually based on the environment they live in. Language, traditions, tools, and the people around them all influenced learning. Scaffolding. Scaffolding refers to the support given by the teacher or an adult to help a learner accomplish a task they cannot do alone.
Good day, everyone. I'll be sharing my personal experience about learning a skill when I was a child and how someone helped me through it, just like how Vygotsky described the importance of guidance and language in learning. And I encourage everyone to share their own experiences in the comments afterward. When I was a child, the skill I wanted to learn was riding a bicycle. At first, I was scared of falling, but I really wanted to learn because I saw other kids riding happily around our neighborhood. I wanted to feel that same freedom and fun. The person who helped me learn was my mother. She patiently guided me every day. At first, she held the back of the bike to keep me balanced while I pedaled. She encouraged me with kind words, saying, "You can do it," and reminded me to look straight ahead and keep my balance. After several days, she slowly let go without telling me, and that was the moment I realized I could already ride on my own. It felt amazing. The environment really helped me learn. I practiced outside our house where there was a smooth, open space. Seeing other children ride also motivated me to keep trying. My mother used scaffolding in teaching me. She didn't just tell me to ride right away. She supported me step by step. First, She explained what to do, then showed me how to balance, guided me while I practiced, and later let me do it alone. This way, I slowly gained confidence until I mastered it. Just like what Vygotsky said, learning happens through interaction and language. My mother used simple instructions and encouraging words, which helped me think and understand what I was doing. Through this guidance, I learned not only the skill, but also how to control my own actions and emotions, just like how Vygotsky described private speech as a way of thinking and self-guidance. When Vygotsky was a young boy, his teacher used the Socratic method, a way of teaching through questions and answers. Instead of just giving him answers, the teacher asked questions that made him think deeply. For example, if the topic was about nature, the teacher might ask, "Why do you think plants need sunlight?" The teacher didn't just give him answers. Instead, the teacher asked questions that made him think deeply and understand things better. Because of that experience, Vygotsky realized that learning happens best when there is communication and interaction between people. Later, as he became interested in teaching and literature, he discovered the importance of language in learning.
So there are two factors to help improve the cognitive skills of the child by social interaction and language. So Lee Vygotsky noticed that by social interaction, like talking can help to develop the cognitive skills of the child. So social interaction. Vygotsky believed that children learn and develop by participating in social activities with more knowledgeable people such as adults. In this collaborative process is important for developing a higher level cognitive skills that a child would not achieve alone. So in language is important because it is the primary way to communicate and share knowledge to adults and to people. So language acts as a bridge between social and individual learning, enabled to understand the values and norms of the culture. That's why his theory became known as the socio-cultural theory of development because it emphasizes the role of social interactive and culture in cognitive development. Vygotsky worked on his around the same time as Piaget, between 1920s to 30s, but they had clear differences in the views about cognitive development. In Piaget's theory, he's more focused on individual, and he believed that there are universal stages of cognitive development, and he did not give much emphasis on language. While Vygotsky is more focused in social, he did not propose stages but emphasized on cultural factors in cognitive development, and stressed the role of language in cognitive development. So in Piaget's theory, children learn by doing and exploring on their own. While Vygotsky is children learn by talking, interacting, and being guided by the others.
Social interaction. Piaget said learning is the most individual, while Vygotsky was more social through talking, working, and interacting. Vygotsky gave more weight to social interaction that contribute to cognitive development. Social environment or community, like family, teachers, peers, and community, all help a child learn. This interaction guide how a child think and understand the world. Participation. Participation helps the learning. Children learn best when they take part in social activities like group work, discussions, shared tasks. Parents, teachers, and adults provide guidance. Adults explain, model, give directions, and support the learner. This support helps the child to tasks they cannot yet do alone. Peers. Peers help each other, working with classmates, improve learning through cooperation. Cultural factors. Vygotsky believed that culture plays a major role in cognitive development. Children learn the values, skills, language, and ways of thinking that their culture teaches them. Piaget said all children grow through universal stages of development, in the same order everywhere. Vygotsky said development depends on cultural experiences, which means learning can look different in every society. Culture provides learning experiences. Vygotsky emphasized that children grow and develop through the tools, traditions, and practices of their culture. Example, language, family practices, and community activities. Cultural view on education and early training. Different cultures have a different expectations for children's learnings, which affects how early skills are taught, what kinds of tasks children practices, what behavior or knowledge are valued. These cultural differences shape how children learn and develop.
Vygotsky said that language is the key to learning. It helps people share ideas, gain knowledge from others, and also understand themselves. Language has two purposes. It is social because we use it to talk and learn from others. It is individual because we also use it to think and guide ourselves. When a child talks to themselves while doing something, like saying, I can do it, or turn left, not right, that's called private speech. It's not just talking, it's actually a sign that the child is thinking and trying to solve problems. Later on, this private speech becomes inner thinking, which helps us plan and make decisions silently in our minds. Vygotsky also said that children learn best by doing, not just by listening. He believed in hands-on activities and learning through interaction with adults or peers. For example, when a child is learning to bake, they understand better if they actually mix, measure, and bake with an adult's help, rather than just watching or reading about it. The adult guides them step by step until they can do it on their own. This is called scaffolding, where support is given at first and slowly reduced as the learner becomes independent. To sum it up, Vygotsky taught us that learning happens through language, interaction, and experience. We learn best when we talk, ask questions, think out loud, and do activities with the help of others. Just like how we learned to ride a bike, cook, or solve problems, someone guided us first, and later we could do it alone. That's the power of communication and learning together.
Pag-usapan naman natin ang Zone of Proximal Development or ZPD by Lev Vygotsky. Kapag may nagtuturo o umaalalay sa bata tulad ng magulang o guro, mas madali niyang nauunawaan at nagagampanan ang isang bagay. Ibig sabihin, natututo siya ng mas mabuti kapag may nagtuturo sa kanya kumpara sa kung siya lang ang susubok mag-isa. Actually, mayroong tatlo. First is the actual development, second, potential development, and lastly, the zone of proximal development. First, actual development. Pag sinabi nating actual development, ito yung kaya mong maabot kahit na walang tulong ng ibang tao. Like for example, 'di ba kapag may exam or quiz tayo, nagsi-self-review tayo. Kapag pumasa ka sa quiz or exam mo na self-review, ang tawag dun ay actual development. Kasi nakuha mo yon na mag-isa ka lang. Kapag sinabi naman nating potential development, ito yung kaya mong maabot na may tulong ng ibang tao. Like for example, iba may quiz or exam ka. Merong iba na nag-group study or group review. Ibig sabihin, kapag pumasa ka sa quiz or exam mo, ang tawag dun ay potential development. Kasi naabot mo yon sa tulong mo at sa tulong ng ibang tao. Actual development, ito yung kaya mong marating na walang tulong ng ibang tao, samantalang ang potential development, ito yung kaya mong marating sa tulong ng ibang tao. And the gap between the actual and potential, ang tawag dun ay zone of proximal development. Yung nasa gitna ng actual at saka potential, ang tawag dun ay zone of proximal development. Bakit Miss tinawag na zone of proximal development? From the word proximal, proxim. Pag sinabing proxim, may malapit, may nagbibigay ng guide o tulong. Sino yon? The more knowledgeable others or MKO. It can be a teacher, parent, or a more advanced peer. Sa ZPD, may nagbibigay ng assistance, guide, kaya nga tinawag siyang potential. Is kaya mong mapalabas ang full potential ng isang bata kapag may nagbibigay ng assistance. Ang tawag dun ay scaffolding. Ibig sabihin, during the journey, may nagbibigay ng assistance. Sino yung nagbibigay? The more knowledgeable others or the MKO. Ang scaffolding ay ang tulong o gabay na ibinibigay sa bata upang magawa niya ang isang bagay na hindi pa niya kayang gawin mag-isa. Ang layunin ay tulungan ang bata upang matutong gawin ito sa sarili niya, hindi para palaging umasa sa tulong ng iba. Kaya't ang gabay ay dapat sapat lang upang maituro kung paano gawin, pero ang actual na gawain ay siya pa rin ang gagawa. Layunin nitong ilipat ang bata mula sa kanyang kasalukuyang antas or the actual level or development patungo sa zone of proximal development or the potential level. Habang natututo ang bata, unti-unting binabawasan ang tulong hanggang sa siya ay maging independent. This is called the scaffold and fade away technique. When the more knowledgeable others, or MKO, scaffolds the process, moves in 4 levels. First, I do, you watch. Sa unang bahagi, ipinapakita ng guro kung paano gawin ang isang gawain habang ang mag-aaral ay nagmamasid upang matutunan ang tamang paraan. Second, I do, you help. Sa bahaging ito, nagsisimula ng sumubok ang mag-aaral na tumulong habang ginagabayan pa rin ng guro. Third, you do, I help. Dito, ang mag-aaral na ang pangunahing gumagawa at ang guro ay nagbibigay na lang ng kaunting tulong o gabay kapag kailangan. Lastly, you do, I watch. Sa huling bahagi, kaya na ng mag-aaral na gawin ang gawain ng mag-isa at ang guro ay nag-oobserba na lang upang tiyakin na natutunan na talaga niya. Learning will depend on the skill of the MKO and the learner's readiness and ability to learn and the difficulty of the skill being learned. Sa madaling sabi, habang maayos ang gabay ng MKO at handa ang bata, mas magiging mapadali at matagumpay ang proseso ng pagkatuto. This diagram ay nagpapakita na sa instruction with scaffolding, ang isang bata ay maaaring matuto at umabot sa mas mataas na potensyal mula sa kasalukuyang antas ng kanyang kaalaman or the actual level na nagaganap sa loob ng zone of proximal development. At yan po ang teorya ni Vygotsky, ang Socio-Cultural theory na binibigyang diin ang kahalagahan ng interaksyon at gabay sa proseso ng pagkatuto. Diyan po nagtatapos ang aming tinalakay. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig at naway may natutunan kayo.